How are you doing today? How's everybody? I don't even know where to start. There's all kind of craziness going on right now. Hold on. Which one? Yeah. Okay. So the energy is, how do I put it? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, like crazy. The energy is super crazy right now. Um, so the title is They Are Here. And I'm going to speak from my perspective, the things that I've seen and the messages I've been getting and the ones that are really coming in, and they are here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so hey, lovelies. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, as well as Niana, as well as Priestess Makala. I am the priestess of Galactic Spiral Light. I am also the priestess that is known in the cosmos to make a lot of ruckus. When I go up there talking to find out what the hell is going on. Well, needless to say, they come and visit. You know what I say? You know what I mean? So, let me just prep you guys for this. Right now, in the East Coast, we have all this destruction going on. Love it, thank you. This water, a lot of water, wind, destruction stuff going on. Then over here in California land, it's all quiet. It's kind of like a lot of laws and stuff are being passed and nobody knows what the hell is going on because Gavin, the gruesome Newsom demon, is doing all this stuff. Hi, lovely. And I remember a few months back, I said, well, I think I want to move to Florida. Spirit said no. And you know how you get human and you're going to try to force it anyway, but nothing falls into place? Okay, so I'm not supposed to go to Florida. Now I see what's happening. Then I wanted to move to New Orleans. Spirit said no. And stuff is going on there. Then I said, well, I want to move to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Spirit said no. I said no. I'm like, okay. Now I see what's going on there. Then I said, well, how about I move to North Carolina or South Carolina? Spirit said no. Let's see what's going on there. I was about ready to just tell Creator, well then, you know what? Hell with it. I'll just move to the freaking moon. Got real quiet. It says, now you're pushing buttons. I said, well, you're the one that created me. You should be able to handle it. I have that kind of relationship with Creator. I really do. I just say it like it is. I just say it. So now I'm just like, there's nowhere to go. They're literally, if you are in this place of, I gotta get the F out of Dodge, there is nowhere to go. Because in each part of the earth, there is something crazy going on. If it's not food, if it's not water, if it's some kind of fighting going on, there's nowhere to go. This is it. This is it. Final countdown. This is it. I'm getting goosebumps as I say this. This is it. We are in that doorway. We are in that place where all the time that I prepare for Sundance, and you sit with the elders and they say, okay, when you go in, what are you praying for? What is your dance representing? What's the prayer your dance representing for? And I always say the same thing. I'm dancing for the healing of people who have cancer. I'm dancing for those who are afflicted with drugs and alcohol. I'm dancing for the safety of the children. I'm dancing for the higher consciousness of humanity. I'm dancing for the not to be physically abused in relationships, whether it's a man or a woman going through it. I'm dancing for all of that. I'm dancing for peace and freedom. That's all. Every time you go in, you have to state what's your dance going to represent. So when you go out into the arbor, and you have, for women, we have our skirts on, we have our regalia on, we have our prayer crowns on, our wrist sage wrists on, and our ankle wrist sage rings on. And then you have your wings ready for your prayers, so you can sweep them up to Creator for the people as they pray. So now when I look back at what the elders were sitting around a fire talking about before we went out to dance, they said, humanity is going to face their darkest hours. Soon, some of humanity will not be able to know who they are. You will have to tell them what to do because they won't know what to do. Others will be in strict fear. Then there will be the ones that will carry the light. And when we hit critical mass, when all the drums are playing, and when the uniting of those drums makes that one heartbeat sound, that is when we will know we hit critical mass. We're in that door right now, critical mass. And critical mass is where you're seeing destruction in a different way. It doesn't mean it has to be like the missiles and bombings and things like that. That's happening in one part of the world. But then it means, what are you seeing as a collective? When they say we're going to hit critical mass, we're hitting critical mass. We're hitting critical mass from what is coming in as far as all the charged plasmic light that's hitting the planet right now. For us, anyone that's in their 50s like me, I'm 58. So those of us that are the representations of the older timelines are seeing this in your lifetime of the critical mass that's coming in. And during this critical mass, it will be that flipping. So now bear with me here, because I had it's been nonstop for 48 hours for me with codes. I've been making codes on top of codes. On top of codes. On top of codes. Do I need to keep going? Just coming, because I'm seeing them, and I have to stop, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? What am I seeing? I think this was the last one yesterday. So I'm seeing these codes coming in, and I have to stop and sit down and draw them out. And then I put them in the Spiral Light Practitioner group. and then they get the imprint of those codes so they can utilize them. These are star glyphs activation light codes. And it's just been that intensity, that intensity. I'm not sure if a lot of you are feeling how intense this energy is. You're probably going to feel it in your neck and your shoulders. And it comes up in certain times of the day, like right about now, the neck and the shoulder thing is starting. And it gets intense, 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 intense. And then it gets to the point where it's just impacting. And then finally it just stops. It gets to come down probably after midnight. But depending on where you are in the United States, we are literally going to go through the most rapid change ever. Just get ready. But here's the thing. The timelines that were holding the amount of destruction that needs to take place, those timelines were dissolved, taken out. Okay, not matching up with that. So now let me go back to the Tiamat thing. Now I remember I was looking at some of the videos by John. I don't know what his last name is. He's a YouTuber here. He's real quiet. He has this very like low, slow voice that can like put you in a coma because he talks really slow. But he shows all these pictures of buildings and things that were up here beforehand. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because on Tubi, the little free, no, not Tubi, Pluto TV, the free station, they have a series called Penny Dreadful. Penny Dreadful. Now, Penny Dreadful was the name of the newspaper that would come out back in the 1700s, 1800s, around that time, of the dreadful things that would happen. They would put it in that newspaper, like Jack the Ripper and all that stuff would be in there. Now, bear with me here. I'm painting the scenery of what's happening, what we are witnessing right now. Okay, they're doing it in such a way that you're not putting the pieces together. You're not connecting the dots to realize what time it is. So, Penny Dreadful is on Pluto. And I said, Penny Dreadful? That was on Showtime. Back in the day when I was watching things on Showtime. I said, wow, that's way back then. And I said, oh my gosh, this would be great to watch from this awakening, decoding point of view. Because back then it was like, oh wow, this is going to be a story about a woman that doesn't know she's a witch. Then there's going to be the story of the werewolf, but the guy doesn't know he knows he's a werewolf, but he's trying to hide it. Then there's going to be Vincent Frankenstein. Then there's Doreen Gray, the man that has to live forever, but don't ever take a picture of him because he'll just die. And then there's the vampires. And I was like, oh wow, this is going to be a cool storyline. So that's how I watched it from there, because they brought it out around Halloween time, kind of like how they're doing it right now. They're bringing it out around this time. So I'm watching there's 3 seasons. So I'm watching the first season, and right when it gets to the 3rd season, I start having a moment, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I go, shit. There it is. They're doing it again. They're showing it to you again, right in front of your face. So I'm looking, and I'm watching a show, and I'm like, well, how did they know that these kind of buildings were there at this time? Look at these buildings. Wow. Look at all of this. And then in the beginning of the show, they are trying to figure out all these hieroglyphs of Ra and the others of what is said in the hieroglyph that are these beings. So they're trying to figure out this whole thing of what was like put on this one body of this creature that they got, and they lift it up and they can see all the hieroglyphs. And I'm like, so I'm watching, and they start talking about all these different things that are happening right now. And the buildings. I was like, wait a minute. This is all Tiamat right here. Look at it, look at it, look at it. I'm like, oh, So, remember, in the history time, all those elaborate buildings, they were so big and elaborate, and all of a sudden they just, like, disappeared. But they didn't disappear. They got covered up in mud. Something came along and washed it away and covered it in mud. Well, where do you know right now where this is happening and things are getting covered up in mud? Like disappearing. They're doing it right now. They're covering it up. They're wiping away parts of history. Our history right now. What we lived through right now. There's like, okay, we're gonna, now, bear with me here. Let's look at these storms. And I talked to the elder today, and I was saying, remember how Maria hit Puerto Rico? It just hanged over it. It just beat Puerto Rico down. It was just like, and finally it left, but the destruction was unimaginable. You had to see it. Same thing happening all up on that side of the coastline. Charlotte, Caroline, all through there. Same thing. And it's hanging out there because of the technology that they use to wipe things away. They're even doing it in the outline. Today I just saw this and I was like, what the hell is that? Remember this movie called Neverending Story? Remember that? Remember that big plushy white puppy looking dog that they would ride on the back of for that movie? Remember that? Oh no, no. They've changed it to this monstrous, demonic looking thing. This is how they steal the time. They screw with your mind. They gaslight you. So those of us that remember what the original thing looks like, and then they bring in the substitute, they bring in the artificial one, they bring in the not real one, they bring in the one that they want you to see now. And then we sit back and we say, no, that's not what that looked like. That's not, no, I remember how that looks. I remember how that looks. So I started thinking to myself, I said, okay, so when I got that message, I wrote it down because I wanted to use it as a timestamp. I said, the resetting covering in mud, North Carolina, the mountain areas from the storm, Helen, has caused great mudslides and water flooding, hundreds of lives lost, buried within the mud. They say the mountains are heavy with lithium. They want that lithium. So they're going to wipe things out so they can go in and do that. Now, think back. I want you to think about this. When they're talking about, wow, we found all these tunnels and all these things underneath, and that's all Tiamat. That's all the times when things got covered up, like what they're doing right now. They're doing it right now. So we have to be vigilant. We have to timestamp. We have to write down things and timestamp it so that you have a mapping of the timeline and know what's what. Because it's going to show which timeline that they're trying to anchor us to and where we cannot be anchored to. So after I got that message, I was just like, oh, God. You know, you start getting like this, oh, God, what the hell? So today, go out. I said, let's go to Big Lots. I'm going to go over there. And we'll go ahead and get some stuff. I didn't want to go yesterday, so we went to Big Lots. And I'm driving up, and I'm like, what are all these cars doing here? I don't understand. They ain't covering too well. Haha. I know. And I go, what are all these cars doing here? And I'm looking, and I'm like, these people should be at work. Why are they all out here? That's what I said. It's like, it's a Monday. Why the hell are there so many cars out here? So I'm walking up. I walk inside and I see this big sign that says closing. And I go, wait, I thought that wasn't going to happen until, I thought they weren't on the list. They got put on the list? I thought these were going to be the other ones, but this one was going to, so this particular Big Lots was closing. So me and a young one are looking at each other and said, why is it every time when we go out, they take, like Tuesday morning, how that store just went away. Now Big Lots is going away. And I said, okay, now let's think about this. I normally go here because I can get my toilet paper, paper towels, stuff like that, good price. Okay, so now they're taking that away. Where's all this stuff going to go? They're revamping supposedly the dollar store. So now I guess the dollar store is going to be something else. So they're conveniently taking away places that you normally would go to just get some of your stuff. You know, your quick pickup stuff. Conveniently taking it away. So now these people that work there, and you can feel the stress. In the building when you're walking in, you can feel everyone's stress of, fuck, now I'm not going to have a job. Always around the holidays, these corporations decide that they're going to close something. Hi, it's just like the earthquake right before the war. Yes, that's where we are. And I'm like, okay. All right, so bear with me on this one. So we get over to Shaka. Okay, Big Lots is going to close. Okay, fine. So I get to the car, and I keep looking up at the sky, and I keep saying, I'm feeling very uneasy with the sky. I still not have found the moon over here. Have no idea where the moon is. Where is the moon? When was new moon? Not too long ago, right? Can't find not a crescent, not a hint of the moon over here. On this side of California, Northern California, where the hell's the moon? Where is it? Can't find it. But somewhere along the line, because I'm talking about this right now, it'll just pop up during the daytime and be sitting there like, hi, were you looking for me? Here I am. So now I'm thinking about something. I'm putting something together. I'm watching all this stuff happening. And I start getting furious. I start feeling like I'm having a fucking tornado in my spirit. And I said, you know what? This shit has gone on long enough. This doesn't have anything to do with us. This is you guys' fight. Why are we in the middle? You guys let all this shit happen down here. And I don't give a damn about how you felt about what happened in Atlanta because they did too much technology and blew themselves up. Okay, I get it. But the rest of you sat by and watched us go through what we were going through on this planet. And you waited until we got to this timeline to finally come in. And now you want to play rescue. Because we put out enough help us because we don't know what's going on and we can't see. So now Lyran is here, Andromedans are here, and supposedly the Anunnaki. And then I said, well, wait a minute. Then I got upset. I said, so I'm expecting a meeting because what I said is this. Okay, at this point of the game, my name is Priestess Makama. I would like to see you because I have a lot of questions and I'm pretty sure my humanity family would like some fucking answers. Why the hell are you waiting till now to show up? I'd like to know. So I'm waiting. Haven't heard a response yet, but I'm sure I'm going to get one. I guarantee you I'm going to get one. Because I said it in that tone of, you owe me an answer. You owe me. Not just me, but humanity. You knew what was going on. Deals were made. Contracts were signed. And you all had a hand in the game. I don't know which is worse, you guys or the political wannabes. But you all had a hand in the game. Now since we're waking up and we can see you clearly, we can see how this game is being played, and we have question galore, now you got to give us answers. Now you got to tell us. That's where I am right now. So, the first contact I had already, Andromedan showed up and Lyran showed up at my bedside. I said, we're here. We are here to help humanity. I said, okay, you're present. Okay, that first group came in. I was seeing their face very clearly. I was like, wow. Hey, welcome on in. Come on in. Whoa. You know, it's like, cool. What's the message? Got it. We are here. So, West Coast, pay attention, California. That's where I am. Here's the deal. It's been quiet. We've had our shakings and some earthquake stuff, but they were really supposed to shake it up and they wanted a really big one to happen. Nah, that's not going to happen. Whatever it is, it's going to come from the sky. Now, let me explain. They're saying the asteroid that's coming, they're launching, it's kind of like this. You go to a dinner party. It's the same dinner party you keep going to every Friday night. You know who's going to be there. You know who's all going to be there, okay? Everybody knows everybody. Friday night dinner party. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what time. Everybody knows. Then all of a sudden, as you're at the dinner party, somebody else just decides to creep on up in the door. Someone you ain't never seen before is sitting at the dinner party. Not saying a word, but they're there. It's like everybody's supposed to just be okay with whoever the hell this person is that's just showing up at the dinner party, sitting there grinning and smiling, not saying a word. But he's just going to hang out with us for 2 months and then just disappear somewhere around, I don't know, November 25th. How do they know that? How do they know? So you got this guest that you didn't invite sitting at the dinner party. All of a sudden, we're just supposed to be like, cheers! Cheers! Woo! No. Who the hell are you? Why are you here? So I started thinking and I said, wait a minute. They closed down certain observatories. They didn't want nobody there, so they closed them down. They say there's this, but the moon's gonna be so tiny, you're not gonna be able to see with the naked eye. I'm like, but then there's supposed to be this one comet coming by or something passing by us that's just gonna possibly miss Earth. Maybe. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I started feeling, is the Pacific coast gonna see this? And I start getting this weird sensation through my body, and I'm like, and this is what the answer that came behind when I said it. Are we going to be affected by that? And I literally heard, this is why we are here. We are going to intercept it. So we got a little bit of, what's that movie? What was that movie called? Not Impact, but what was the other one? Armageddon. We got a little bit of that going on. I don't know, between Penny Dreadful and Armageddon, what a predicament. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, that's what's getting ready to go down. Because they said the word, the big one. The big one. The big one. No, it's not. They ain't waiting on an earthquake. They ain't waiting on that comet that's going to come by too close for comfort. And it's going to cause some stir up. So right now, they are a lot of ships, starships are in the atmosphere and they watching because they don't want that to be the impact on Mother Earth because it would just devastate her. Not only just her, but humanity. But to the demonic ones, the demons, they would be all for it because what have they been doing? Trying to knock off people on the planet, reduce the population. Now, how about you, the ones that sit around and talk about reducing population on planet Earth, you take your ass off of this planet because this is our planet to begin with. You don't belong here. How about that? How about you leave? You're going to leave anyway because it's starting to get a little bit too uncomfortable on this planet. I bet you're just feeling it, aren't you? You little demons that you are. Don't you all just kind of just love the fact that you can just feel that they're going to go like evaporate? Like, I want to have a party on that. Literally, another one bites the dust. Anyway, so that's where I was feeling it. And I said, okay, so they're on high alert. They're going to intercept that thing. It's going to be a hair miss, y'all. That's what's coming. And they don't want to tell us. They don't want to say how close it's going to be. But every time when I go into the atmosphere and I feel it out, I get chills all over my body. I get a headache and I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, in California, are we like sitting ducks? But This is where divine intervention is really going to show up in a way that you never seen it. Because where there could have been massive devastation, it's going to shift. So let's look at something on the East Coast, because this all ties into what's happening around the world. Okay, this shedding, this purging, this this making you uncomfortable, and also making you more aware. Okay, so over here on the East Coast, they're getting ready for Milton. Let's look at that. Milton. How do they come up with the names for these? They just name them. It's almost like they tag a name onto the spirit of this and it takes on that. So, gematria, we got to look up Milton. Let's look that up. Let's see what that's all about, because remember, they talk in code. So, we're going to put this one on pause. Let's just pull something up, because this one supposedly is going to be a category 5. And this is the same kind of energy that was over Puerto Rico. So let's put it in gematria calculator. Let's put in Milton. Milton. Calculate. Milton comes to, in Hebrew, comes to 249. English comes to 498. Let's look at Hebrew, because we're in the Jewish celebration right now. End of times. 249, end of time. Collapse. Milton. Anointed. Oh, look. Milton, Miami, Florida. I'm not making this up. You can type it in yourself. Take a look. Hangman, the ring, mark of a god king. And everyone is always thinking the Antichrist. They're looking for a person that's the Antichrist. No, the Antichrist can be anything that is against a Christ conscious light, against Christos, against sovereign, against divine being. So we got to get out of that looking for a one person that is the Antichrist. No. It's anything that is against the Christ consciousness and the Christos unity of the Christ light within oneself, divine sovereign. So, yeah, those are the words that come up under Hebrew, what Milton is. Collapse in the times. Miami, Florida, a real place, a real place, hell. How crazy is that? Okay. So, the reason why that title is there is because it is true. They are here. Now, I want you to be aware of something else that's going on so you don't get, how do I put this? Thinking something's wrong with you. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you. I want you to just know that there's some weirdness going on dimensionally. And when we talk about the veil is really thin, forget about that veil. That veil is gone. Okay? We don't have a veil now. There's no thinning of the veil. The veil's gone. Because if there was any kind of veil, there would be like, you would be okay just standing or sitting in your bed and everything's fine, and all of a sudden you just feel this boom, something hits the bed, like, what the hell was that? And then it's gone, an energy. Or you're walking about and you think someone is standing next to you, you turn around, there's nobody there, but you feel like somebody's there. Not a ghost thing. This ain't a ghost thing. This is an actual, real, dimensional timeline energy of others bumping into our timeline where they're on a higher frequency. They see us, but we can't see them yet. But we will after this next conversion. Oh, we're going to be seeing a lot. Get ready. So you're feeling this. Okay? Strange sounds like things moving around, shuffling around, and you're like, what the hell is that noise? And you're like, what the hell is that? You get up and go look, and nothing's there. Remember the movie Interception? Remember that? I think that's the right title. It's the one where the father goes into space, but the daughter is left behind, but she thinks she's being hunted by a ghost in the library, but it's actually her father on a different timeline trying to get a message to her. So he's moving things, but she can't see it because she doesn't know what's happening. So Interstellar. Um, we're having those kind of moments right now. Now you got all this energy of the eclipse. That was a doorway. Okay? Interstellar. Thank you. That was a doorway. And then the one before that. Okay? So we have all of this energy that is causing waves on top of waves. You're on this one, you might drop down to this one. Or this one might come into your space. And then look, oh wow, who are you? And then boom, gone. Okay? This is going to keep accelerating. This is going to keep moving. So now you're saying, well, Flea, what the hell? We got all this stuff going on, and how are we supposed to navigate through this? Okay, so let me ask you this. Where are you within yourself? Are you feeling as though all of a sudden you just got like spider senses? Like you're like, ooh, whoa, wait a minute. What? I was going to go there, but I changed my mind. I'm not going to go there. I was going to go here, and I changed my mind. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go over here. Oh, wow, look, I met somebody that I had no idea I was going to meet up with that gave me this information. Get ready for a lot of that to take place. We're all going to get info different ways. Now, one of the things that is good when the communication starts getting interfered with, Starlink is hooked up already. So behind the scenes, they're already getting things lined up. And the 10 days of darkness, we can look at that from many different perspectives. But I really think the 10 days of darkness is the ass-kicking time for those beings that are getting caught, eliminated, arrested. All of that stuff is going down. It's darkness for them. For them. You have to remember, this is not our war. This is not us. This is not our war. We came here to anchor the light and to hold that light. We got caught in the middle of this war that's been going on for thousands of years amongst these beings. All of them trying to figure out who's going to have control over the, the humans. Now you got to ask yourself this. What's all this muck and fuss about us? Have you ever just really sat down and just looked at it? Why they fuss so much over us? Why they try to keep us in the dark? Why they try to do this? Have you ever thought about it? I mean, really sit down and think about it. Turn everything off and just think about it. Have that deep divine conversation with the divine teams and just ask, what is all the fuss over us? Why do they have to maintain control? You don't like us that much. This is kind of like weird. You don't like us that much, then leave. Why are you still trying to hang on to us? What is it that we have that you want so badly? Because as the time gets closer and as those codes come out and as that sun keeps whipping up that beautiful plasmic charged light that hits our planet and puts us into a geomagnetic eclipsis, we're getting inundated with that. And what happens, that lights us up. We start to see and feel and walk a different way. You start to have an entirely different relationship with people that are like-minded. You can feel things. You can hear the thoughts clearer. You can see clearer. You feel things like you never felt before. Clearer. Things are changing in such a rapid way, which is why it's very important to keep tabs on the timelines, how it's shifting, what's being said. If it's said more than 3 times, something's going on. Okay? Something's going on. Paying attention to what they don't want you to know about. Okay? So, let's look at some energies. Today was supposed to be a marker day for something for October 7th. But I just feel more this energy of the collective, like panic energy, like what the hell kind of energy, who's, and then I hear things like, then why am I praying and nothing's helping? Nothing's because you're praying to the wrong God. You're praying to the indoctrinated God that they forced on us to believe. This is why you have to really be mindful of your words and connect to the one true divine source. It resides in you. You came from that divine source. I think was so sad for all of us because we've been lied to so much. We don't know what to believe in anymore. We can't, we feel like we can't trust anything. But here's the thing. Yes, you can. You trust your light. Yes, lovelies, you trust your light. Your light, your heart, that divineness right here is not going to steer you wrong. You trust that. You trust that. You trust that higher self. You trust the divine higher realm. They'll give you the answers. You're connected to that. The only time when we're not connected is when we fall away from the energy into fear and doubt. Because then that brings you into that limitation. And this is going to be the test. This is going to be the challenge. Can you stay in 100% trusting yourself and trusting Creator, the great mystery, the source, the divine source? that loves you no matter what, that does not sit by and judge you, that doesn't condemn you to hell. It doesn't do that. That's the one you're connecting to, the true divinity. Okay? So when we get that in place and you hang on to that energy and stay in that, you're good. When you get out of that energy and start dancing around in la la land out here, no, 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 that ain't gonna go so hot. Okay? So let's take a look at some of these energies. We're going to be getting ready for the 10-10-10, but I believe we have a portal. Yes, we have a portal tomorrow on 10-8. Today is the yellow magnet human. I unify in order to influence, attracting wisdom. I seek the process of free will with the magnet tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power double. Now, here's the beauty of us. Yeah, I guess a bunch of no's and not to go to some places. Yes! The whole thing is, we have that beautiful divine free will energy that's within us. That's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And then soon you're going to be making decisions based on, you know what, that doesn't feel aligned to me. I'm done with that. Nope, I'm not going with that. I don't feel that. Nope, nope. You're going to start doing a lot of that. Not a lot of that. Relationships and stuff, you know what? No. Job places, well, that's going to be taken care of for a lot of us, because as the economy keeps going down, taking us out of the enslavement system, this is hard. I know this is hard, and this is where it gets heart-wrenching, because the first thing that happens, you start going into this, what am I going to do? I'm going to pay my bills. I got to find a job. Everything's going to go down. It has to. In order for us to get out of this, we have to move to the next level. This is the part where they have stolen this from us so many times. And we keep coming back having fucking deja vu moments. Oh, I keep feeling, have I met you before? Hell yeah, you met me a lot of times. We keep getting in the wrong hump. I'm so done. So, we got yellow, we got earth, we got heart. Yes, we do. And it says here on the bottom, it says, the nature of the Hermetic mind is like a stone skipping across the water of different times, but it is always the same stone. Ooh, that's good. That kind of gives me chills. So tomorrow's portal, we're going to be in Red Lunar Skywalker. And this one I polarize in order to explore stabilizing wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of life force. I am galactic activation portal. Enter me now. So tomorrow is all about the life force. Your life force. Okay, I don't know about you, but the sun was a little intense today. Walked outside the door, went to go lock it, got burned on the doorknob. It was so hot. The little one was like, oh, it's so hot, I can't. I said, yeah. I'm having a burning moment now. Yeah, this is it. And how many of you are feeling like there's this countdown? Like we're going to get to a certain place and then all of a sudden it's going to go boom. I'm waiting for that. It's coming. Everything's going to come to a boom, to a halt. It's coming. It's going to happen. It's going to be this month. So I'm just like, our galactic and gigantic thought molecule a spinning spool of 100,000 light years in diameter. Ooh, what's that sound like? I will definitely reread that tomorrow. So, some of the activations, how many of you are having, just put like float hearts up if you're really feeling a lot of the intensity in your back of your occipital of your neck, down to your shoulders, down your spine, into your hip area, and generally feeling like it's better to lay down. Do you feel that? As soon as you lay down, you feel better. I'm going to tell you what that is. Okay. The laying down part is because of the gravity. Okay? The gravity, the pull. If you think about it, Mother Earth is going through this pole shifting. What do you think you're going through? You're feeling it. You're feeling it inside your body. So, of course, when you lay down, you're feeling like, like, I can lay down. I don't feel the pulling. Because when the gravitational pull starts up, you got to remember, if you're standing up, you're feeling like, oh my God, what the hell's wrong with me? I'm feeling all this pain. Yeah. Now, the elders back in the day, they used to tell us, there's going to come a time when you won't be able to just stand up. You got to stay close to the ground. There's going to come a time when you're going to have to just lay down. You know, I sit back and I reminisce about those times with those elders back then that have gone on to the other side, that are helping from the other side now. I think about that. How young I was when they were telling me that, when they were saying that. When our grandmothers and grandfathers be whispering and they be talking. They knew it then. And here we are now. And thank God. Thank Goddess. Thank divineness that we got that message told to us to prepare us for what we're dealing with now. So just know that the Lyrans are here, the Andromedans are here, the Anunnakis now. I need some answers. I got a little bit of a, bone to pick with them. Oh, I'm going to get my answers. I'll guarantee you that. I'm going to get my answers. I'm kind of like that, how do I put it? There's a good time when it's all we know. I won't know answer. Right now you will say what I want to hear. You answer me now. I'm that irritation to the beings. And being like, oh, she's back. Y'all want to answer that? Oh, is that the priestess again? I like her. She's just got tenacity. Let her wait some more. You sure that's a good idea? She's been on our butts every minute on the minute, timing in. Hello, hello. She's like, she's got her own wave. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my answers. I guarantee you that. And I'm gonna come back. And I always say, when they come and pay a visit, I said, don't you wipe my memory, because I want to remember this, because I want to share it. I want to share it. And be like, they get kind of quiet. I'll be like, I want to share this. So I'm going to teach you all something. Because sometimes what happens, we get those dark beings that come in, especially at nighttime, be messing with you in your sleep. and you be thinking, what the hell's going on? I can't move. I can't, something's in my space. I can't move. I feel like something's in my space. I cannot move. I cannot scream. I can't do anything. Now I want you to pay attention to this. Okay, and I learned this a long time ago. Okay, pay attention. When I worked for this one lady, I told y'all about that story about that bookstore. She was an Egyptian witch, okay, into the dark stuff. I had no idea. I was just trying to help her out in the bookstore. I really didn't know what she was. I could feel it, but then I find out what she really was after the fact. And I was like, holy crap. So she would do the Egyptian thing, and then she said one time, she said, "Oh, Felicia, if you ever feel like something comes into your space and that you just don't want it to be there, I want you to remember these words." And I go, what would that be? Should I say, Hail Mary, full of grace? He said, oh no, that won't work with some of them because they already know that. You have to use something else that they don't know. And you have to say it in a different language. And I was like, oh, okay. This is Hebrew. And I go, it's Hebrew? Jew? Hebrew? And said, yeah. Yod, Had, Shin, Vahe. Yod, Had, Shin, Vahe. Yod, Had, Shin, Vahe. Yod, Had, Shin, Vahe. You say it in that tone. As soon as you start feeling like something's in your space and you can't move and it's like there on you, you just take a breath, don't panic. And you start saying it in your mind, Yod HaShem Vahe, Yod HaShem Vahe. And then all of a sudden you say, Yod HaShem Vahe. And as soon as you say that, you'll feel boom. And whatever that was in your space leaves immediately. In basic terms, it is you are an energy that is not welcome here. You must be gone. I command it so. And those words, the tones of those words, Yod Ha Shem Vahe, makes it leave. I have gone in and blessed up homes. I should say, I hate using that word, blessed up. I've gone into clear homes with that word, with that sentence, that statement. May you repeat that statement. Yod Had Shem Vahe. Yod Had Shem Vahe. When you say that with that intention, it disperses a dark being away from you. Okay? It brings in like this higher vibrational energy. If you cannot talk, you're welcome. If you cannot talk, if you cannot move, you feel paralyzed. A lot of times, a lot of people try to say, oh, that's because you're going in astral. No, a lot of times there's something in your space that's got an energy tab on you. You can't freaking move because they're getting ready to either take something or put something on you or try to get in your space, whatever that is, whatever they're coming to do. And it also, hear me when I say this, as we're going through this, wherever you're living, some of those ley lines where you're living at are highly active right now. And that's a part of that pathway. And you're going to run into those ones that want to, I don't know, stop in and talk to you, but actually don't even ask permission to talk to you. They just want to go ahead and interact with you while you're sleeping. Okay? So, Yod Ha Shem Vahe. Okay? If you just start seeing it in your mind, it starts clearing. This is another reason why I said make sure you get some bells. You got bells. Because when something comes into your space, a spirit bell, a lot of us know how to have spirit bells. Your spirit bell will start jingling. Okay, even cats will notice that. They'll rise up and they be looking. And they always look towards doors and corners of walls. Okay, so I really wanted to bring that in, so because I just know what time it is, and a lot of times, I remember back in the day, I would not talk about certain things to some people because they would hold judgment against me, or oh, you're kind of strange, or you're kind of weird. How do you like me now? Because now I just say it, and this is what time it is. You're gonna see things that will blow your mind. I've already seen a lot of stuff. I've seen down in those tunnels. I've done battles with those things on the astral plane, and it was not fun. So when I come back to this plane, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on? Okay, this stuff is not made up. And let me tell you, if you watch that show, Penny Dreadful, it's all right there. It's just all the acting's going on, all that stuff. But if you look at start decoding what they're doing, and pay attention to the opening, you're like, what? Because when I went back and watched, I was like, oh my God. Okay? And how they do it, how they shift in and out of your space. They show you right there. All right. So, tomorrow we will get into some sound medicine, and I will do one of these. This one was a trip. I'll let you sit and look at this one. Just breathe that in. Yeah. And breathe. That's an intense one. Tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and really... Oh, why should I wait till tomorrow? Well, I just send it to you now. Are you ready? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want this now? Let me see some love hearts if you want it now. If you don't want it, I'll just go ahead and leave y'all alone. Let y'all fend for yourselves on that and think about it. This one is for helping with shifting. I see love hearts. This one helps with shifting up higher, shifting out of the old. And then I even have one that I'll probably do for tomorrow that's for lungs, ears, and heart. This one's for lungs, ears, and heart. Okay? All right. Get some water in you. And aloe vera is really good right now. If you've been dealing with a lot of excessive dryness, get that aloe juice, mix it into other juice if you want, and take that in. Really good for hair also. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, exhale out. I want you to remember how powerful you are, how divine you are. Close your eyes. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. In the shifting of the times, we bring in the divine light. In the shifting of the times, we bring in the divine light. In the shifting of the times, we bring in the divine light. In the shifting of the times, we bring in divine light. Sa! In the shifting of the times, we bring in divine light. In the shifting of the times, we bring in divine light. Sha! Sena. Naho ore anega sitina na ukudasi. Neheka ostene na ya. No ole ana na sistine na kutana ide. Sanaita. Sukoni aira yeta. Tukinai. Saanai. Activate transmission. Si. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath. Breathe it out. Breathe. And just sit with this for one moment. Let it come in. Some of you will feel it in different places of your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes at a gentle gaze. And once again, you may look at the image. And let that settle in. So whatever needs to be shifted through the body, through the ethers, the subtle body self, through the mind, through the emotions, through the physical and spiritual body cells. Let it all be put into balance for the highest good, connecting you to your sovereign, connecting you to your divineness, to your Christos, to your Christ consciousness light, to your divine power within. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Okay. Are you still with me? Are you okay? Did you feel it? Send me some love hearts if you felt that energy. Oh, I got hearts. Good. You should start kind of feeling like, zoom. This is one of those zoom feelings. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. This will be, they're showing me where I can put it. I will be able to put this into a spray that you can use. So I'm just waiting for the rest of the info. They have me just drying out all of the codes right now. And these codes are going to be helping as we move through these transition points, these high points, okay? So let's go ahead and end with, thank you so much. I'm glad all of you felt that. Thank you, because I'm saying, I'm such a hardcore person. I'm sitting here getting all the codes down and I'm talking and I'm like, you got me drawing all these codes out. People better be able to feel this when I'm done. You know, I'm having attitude. Oh, another one's coming in. Oh my gosh. I say it like it is. That's why they're like, we got to take care of this. We know how she is. You know how she is, Michael, don't you? Yes, I do. I know how she is. I feel very emotional. I'm crying. LOL. I know what I have to do and get into my higher element. And I'm being stubborn, not listening to my higher being, not doing what I need to do, but I have to do. You know what? I'm going to tell you like this. I know exactly how you feel. And yes, I was going through my own stubbornness. I kept saying, I don't want to stay here. I got to get the hell out of Dodge. Da, 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 da. But I told everybody we can't be going to these places. Da, 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 da. I'm still here. And sometimes when you feel like you don't want to do it because you're scared, what's the outcome? That's that part of our mind, of the system that we've been indoctrinated in. Now, lovelies, I want you to think of this. We've been so indoctrinated to believe that the so-called government is looking out for our best interest. I'm sorry, did I just make sound effects that were not natural? Yes, I did. It's called barfing. Anyway, that's the trick. That's the whole facade. That's the whole illusion. To give our power over to something outside of ourselves, to a walking two-leg that may and may not be human. More than likely not human. But we're supposed to believe that they have our best interests at hand. What have we learned in the last 4 years? Was that their best interests at hand? I think not. Because I can guarantee you, you can go ask some people that took the best interests at hand and how they're feeling right now. Or how many people they lost in their family from best interests at hand. Let's not get started on that because then I'll go out with that. Oh, well, here's Spirit right now telling me what to do. Says rise above. Number 47, you will gain clarity on this current situation when you can see it from a higher perspective. So when we want to have clarity, all you got to do is just call to the Spirit of clarity. Just call to the Spirit of clarity. Like the new IDs they want to force on us. Yeah. All this mark of the beast crap and stuff that they're doing, and it just is so boring. It's so endless. It's like, oh, could you guys come up with something better? What's wrong with you? When are you gonna just I don't know. Oh, when am I gonna get to I don't know, Princess Leia moment? Let's just be in our little images of ourselves and travel that way. Yeah, all the craziness. Rise above. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's have an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment. Oh my God, you guys. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, then the second card. Now keep in mind that this is 47. Here's the second one. Visualization. By practicing visualization daily, you are calling forward your desire and it will soon be tangible experience in your current reality. This card number is number 65. 11 and 11. Doorway. 11, 11. Rest my case now. And that was from the Guiding Light. So when you have those 11, 11, they're mirroring back energy. Yeah, that's where we are. So everyone, just stay in your true light. Sit with when you feel like they're telling you what they want you to do. There's a reason. It might be to get you out of harm's way. It might be to change the timeline, trajectory. I always say that word wrong. Where you're not in alignment with something that was being put against you to throw you off course. Been catching 11:11. Also felt a major release today. Yes, that was 11:11 right there. Yeah, cards don't lie, you guys. Cards don't play games. They say it like it is. They really do. So, everyone, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I know I went on, but I had to really get you to pay attention to what I was saying. They're doing it right now. They're wiping away cities, mud, coverings. After Milton hits, we don't know what's going to be left. And if there's a way that we can all just hold a higher vibration and take and just move that hurricane out into the water, way off of land, that would be good. If we could just say, no, we're going to reduce the category down. Maybe you just need to be plain old rain. Maybe you don't need to be a man-made harp energy going in there. Maybe we could just change that. What's it going to hurt if we just say, no, I don't think that's good. And we just hold an image where we turn it the other way and decrease it. Well, I'm sorry. Is that bothering the hurricane? Is that bothering you, Milton? I'm sorry. We're just going to go ahead and decrease you. No. This is where we're going to start really tapping into ourselves. And we're going to stop this just sitting by and just allowing it to happen. We're just going to start saying, you know what, that's not okay. We're not going to put up with that. And we're going to start really paying attention. And when you take your hands up and you push, you're pushing energy out of your body and pushing through the element of air and pushing that air to change something with a thought. You know how you have your dreams and you're shooting those balls of light out of your hands and you're flying? Yeah, that's about to become reality. You've just been practicing, that's all. Okay. So, I bid everyone a good evening. Be good to yourselves. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed coming on to talk and to really kind of bring some awareness to what's going on so that you can feel that, giving you Yud Ha Shem Bayeh, so you can also feel that. Please know that I put the information I think in my community on the wands, if you want to get the wands, please make sure if you are going to get any kind of wands that you get them from someone that's going to make them properly, and also make sure you're able to get them when there's not a lot of storming. I would hold off right now if you're going to do any wand ordering, because of the amount of storm energy that's coming in, because more than likely a lot of these places are shutting down to just be um, protective of stuff. But everyone, please keep your light strong. Remember who you are. Stay in your Christ consciousness. Stay in that connection to the divine source. Know that that's the truth, not this man-made up stuff that puts you in fear. Creator's not about fear. It never was about fear. Creator's nothing but pure love. Period. No judgment. Period. Okay? All right. And just remember this membrane above us is very, very, and changing that. Okay? Just remember that membrane. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Much love. Much love. See you on Portal Day tomorrow, because we'll start getting prep for 1010. All right? All right, everyone. Sleep well tonight. Be good. Clear your space. Remember those words, Yod Ha Shem Vahe. And always say at night, after you say your prayers and you pray up your place, you say, my home is sacred, and nothing that is non-divine is not welcome here. You're not welcome here. Only the divine light, the divine Savior of all of the holiness is welcome here. Okay? Only the divine ones are welcome, not non-divine. All right? All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Much love. Remember who you are.